And I forgot what it was. High. High. 25 simple high, yellow. 25 simple high, yellow. 25 simple high, yellow. Okay? All right. Look at this. Make sure I get this right. All right, this is the chicken foot moving averages, indicators, right? This is the chicken moving averages, indicators right here, guys. All right, I know each one of you have them all. Please type in if you have it. Please type in if you have it. All right, can someone type them in? For some reason, someone got on late, and they asked me to put all of them in. I'll go over them again. I'm not going to do that. So if you can type those in for them, once everybody stops commenting, if you can type it in. All right, if you don't know how to do the moving averages options, get with your upline. That's a basic training course. Make sure you get with your upline. Your upline will make sure that they walk you through that. I promise you they won't have a problem walking you through that. If you don't know how to access your moving averages, your upline, I promise you, is going to be happy and excited about helping you get this. So if you don't know how to access moving averages, that's going to definitely be an upline situation. I guarantee your upline is going to help you with that. Okay. Now, how does this work? How does this work? The chicken foot strategy works this way. What we like to see with this, let's go to a good trending pair, which is one of my favorite, GBP AUD. It's a very good trending pair. So let's look at the red line and make sure that we have a good comprehensive understanding of how this works. Right? Red line. The way I trade this, especially for beginners, if you're a beginner, this is the way I trade it. If you are a beginner, this is the way I trade it. Make sure we're on the same page. Beginners, if the candles are under the red line, you're only looking for a sell. If the candles are under the red line, you're only looking for a sell. If the candles are above the red line, you're looking for a buy. So look at this. Look at the sell opportunity. All right, we have a sell opportunity right here. Look at the sell opportunity. Right? There's another sell opportunity. There's another sell opportunity. Now, if you have my app that you download that give you the arrows that even helps you out to see when the sell opportunity is there, and those arrows will also send you an alert, where you can get an alert with that, and you can kind of see what's going on with that alert. Okay, so those are some things that will really help you take this to the next level. And I'm happy and excited about these arrows that really help people really read through trading. Right, and if you don't have it, go through push 1000. We'll make sure that you get it to push 1000, okay? So we look for sell opportunities when it's underneath the red line. We look for buy opportunities when it's above the red line. Sell opportunities below, buy opportunities above. My God, GBP is getting, JPY is getting tail work tonight. If y'all in any JPY trades tonight, this would be a fantastic time to be in some JPY trades. Because JPY, I guarantee you, is in a sell. Any JPY pair is in the sell. The arrows are in push 1000. Make sure that you get those in push 1000. I mean, a buy. JPYs are in buys tonight. JPY is doing horrible. So it'll probably be in a buy tonight. Even though it's pulling back on here, the JPY continues to drop. This is GBP JPY. Notice the GBP JPY is low. You're going to try to find the JPY pair that coincides with this. I guarantee if you go to NZD JPY, which is a currency pair that many of you trade, but if you went to it, look how much you were up on NZD JPY. Because NZD JPY is king right now. And as it is king right now, look what it's doing to the JPY currency pair. Y'all going to get this before said and done, before all is said and done. You're going to really see this and really see the power of what we're doing here. Okay? So, if you look at GBP, if we're looking at this particular strategy, when it's under here, you're looking for a sell. When it's above here, you're looking for a buy. Now, one of the things that Carlos talks about with the chicken foot strategy is you like to see the the feet spread. When that feet is spreading, this lets you know that there's momentum moving in that pair. You want to see this spread in between here. Right? So, because as this begins to spread out, you know that you're in momentum. You want the chicken feet to spread. Now, as it's spreading, just know eventually it's going to start coming back in. Right? When the chicken feet starts getting narrow, as it is here, you know that this particular trade is coming to an end. Right now, another thing that we teach, I want to make sure that you see this. Another thing that we teach is if candles are above this line for a buy, then we stay in that trade. If the candles are above that line, we stay in that trade for a buy. Now, I want you to see this. This is also important. I want you to see this. I like the 52. I do add the 50, and I'll add the 50 in here because ain't no need in me saying that. I always have the 50 on my charts. And I don't want y'all being confused, but I'll use the 50 simple close. And I'll do that in neon green. I will always do the 50 simple. This one is a 50. Do it again. It's a 50 simple close. Price always responds better than 50 simple close. In every case, it always responds better. So the 50 simple close, 50 simple close, 50 simple close. And I add that to that because I watch our price respond at 50. It always responds at 50. And you let people know, especially the new ones, that the stronger currency is in the front pulling the candle in a buy because the second one is weaker and it is going up. Well, thank you, Tina. You just let them know, and I just read it to her. I'll read what Tina said again. Can you let people know, especially the new ones, that the stronger currency is in the front and it's pulling the candle up in the buy because it's in the second currency is weaker, so it's going up. What Tina's talking about is on NZD, and you have JPY. The currency pair is NZD, JPY. So NZD is stronger out of the currency pairs. So whenever you have the stronger one in the front and it's stronger, then it's going to be going in the buy. Now USD, or you can take AUD, JPY. AUD is stronger, right? And if it's higher, it's pulling up in the buy. The opposite is if NZD is at the bottom and JPY is at the top, it's going to be pulling into a sell. But again, I want to make sure you hear me. I'm doing a training on that all on its own. So I just want to make sure when you're reading these messages that we're getting it, okay? The round red green circles are my semaphore. I'm going to make sure I download that in the WhatsApp group. In the Telegram group. These circles, we're going to do a training on that too. So that's a lot that I'm going to be doing trainings on that's really going to improve your trading. And I think it's pretty phenomenal. Okay, now let's keep going. Okay, so we have a crossing here. Wherever there's a crossing of the aqua and the 14, or the 6 and the 14. Whenever there's a crossing between the 6 and the 14, 6 and the 14, whenever there's a crossing, an arrow is going to pop up for a sale when it's crossing down. So when the aqua crosses down, it's a sell opportunity. When the aqua crosses up, it's a buy opportunity. And there's one thing I wanted you to see. The aqua line is your friend. I need everybody to know that. Please get that in your notes, especially if you're new. It's a different broker, Chris. If there's different brokers, you'll get different indicators on what's actually happening. All right, so let's do this. Make sure everybody's getting this. I need for you to see this. The aqua line is your friend. What's your friend? The aqua line. As long as these candles stay under this aqua line, we can tell you stay in this trade. As long as they stay in the aqua line, under it. Do you see it's under it? Well, as long as they're under it, you shouldn't get out of that trade. Yes, MetaTrader 4. Do you see these candles under this line? Well, as long as the candles are under it, look at all these candles. They're under the aqua line. You're safe to stay in a sale. You're safe to stay in the sale. As long as they are under it, the aqua line for a sale is safe to stay in. Did y'all see that? Let's do it again. That's how some people get confused. See this aqua line right here? This aqua line is your friend. As long as these candles stay under that aqua line, you stay in that trade. Right? How many of y'all got what I'm talking about? How many of y'all understand that this, we broke the red line right here, this is all your money. How many of y'all see all that money because it's under the aqua line? If this is a buy, this is a buy, and I'm going to go over something else. Look at this buy. Broke the red right here. As long as those candles stay under this aqua, above this aqua line. What had happened? It broke the aqua line right here. That was your exit. Right? I just want you to see this. Now, here's a buy arrow right here. There are some people who are taking these buys down here, right? Because once this hit a level of resistance right here, they're now looking for this buy opportunity, and they ride it all the way up. Guys, you need to be good at this. This is risky to be able to do a trade like that. That's why I have you trade in the buy above here and the sell down here. Because that way you're trading with the trend. Do y'all have that? Do you understand that? Do you understand that? I trade with the trend. This is my buy territory. This is my sell territory. Y'all have that. This is that important. We should not get into across the red line. That's 100% correct. Buyers are here. Sellers are here. This is this red line. Do you see this red line? That red line serves as a line of demarcation between those trades. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm muted off the call, guys. We use this strategy on all time frames. Now, let's go ahead and add the other indicators that you can use to strengthen up your trades. I'm going to add the MFI tonight. I'm going to add the MFI tonight. And you can choose to use the MFI with your trade strategy. This is one new that I haven't really given people to use, but I do like it. And let me give you the MFI. So write down the coordinates for that. down accordance for the money flow index. Okay. Let's go to the levels. Go to the levels. And then let's go ahead and do this. The 60 and the 40 line is your line of demarcation. All right, if you want to trade a buy, it's best to trade a buy when it breaks the 60. If you want to trade a sell, it's best to trade the sell when it breaks the 40. Okay. Okay, you got that? Make sure you have that money flow looking just like mine. When it breaks the 60, it's a sell. The difference between these two is this is only volume. RSI measures strength, but we already have a strength indicator called the ADX. So we don't necessarily need the RSI. It's below the 40, you want it below the 40. That's volume. So if you're looking at this currency pair, GBP AUD, this was selling off according to the volume. You see it selling off according to this volume. It's sold off according to the volume. Make sure you get that. So do you have that? This is called the semaphore. We can give you that later. It's actually teaching and training on that. So none of it's 100% accurate. Okay, so now when it's under the 40, that means volume is going to the seller side. When it's above the 60, volume is going to the buyer side. All right. Next indicator that we're going to add is the average direction movement index. Let's go over what these are, the average direction movement index. Here are the parameters. Get those parameters, please. Strictly for volume. No, they're not the same. And you'll see it once we put it on. Now this is a setup for a black screen. All right, here are the colors. And here are the levels. That's good. I love matching these up. I'm looking for a sale. I love to match these up. I love for volume to be coming down. As you see, volume is coming down, right? But but I love to see when volume is coming down, I love to see the move up on the ADX. When the red is above and the green is below, right? The red is above, green is below, and this line always has to be above the 20. So the magenta line or pink line has to be above the 20. This is what we call momentum. Momentum is not volume. And I'll tell you why. Notice that this is coming down, right? Right? And this is coming down. But as it's coming down, volume is coming to the seller side. So that's how you see how they don't coexist. So now when the sellers start taking control, this is going to start going up and this is going to start going down. It's pretty neat once you really start working with it and what this could actually do for your trading ability. Okay? So with that being said, you'll see that. But that's what I like for the sale. I like to see that my money flow is below my 40. The ADX is going up with the red, the green is going down, and this pink line is always above the 30, no matter if it's a buy or a sell, the pink line is always above. Now, we were looking for a buy. Look what happens on this buy. Let's line this up for the buy. It's the same. Right, where you have a break of this line here, look at this. So the money flow was already showing you right here that volume was in the buyers, but the ADX had not came up yet. Look where all this is. No, you have to wait. You want it to all line up, right? So when it lines up, what are you looking for? You need this to actually take place. You need the green above, magenta above, red below, and then you catching this move. Now there was a immediate move up on this next candle, but then it came right back down, ultimately for this basically move up. Now, what was happening here? Notice how this was sticking on this, the day chart support. It's the day chart support, and what does it do after it hits the day chart support? You get this run up. Right? So I like to see them I like the confluence between both of these. I like them both to be the same. I like them both to be the same. Are you understanding the money flow? Are you understanding the ADX? The ADX. This green, if you're looking for a buy, the green has to be above this 20 line, red has to be below this 20 line. And then the magenta needs to always be above the 20, no matter if it's a buy or sell. Green needs to be above, red needs to be below. Magenta needs to always be above, no matter what. Which one, Chris? You say finally found it. It was a sign line after I looked for 3 months. Well, Chris, what are you talking about? The indicator that was on your screen 3 months ago. Which indicator? What sign line? Oh, trend line. Oh, okay. I got you. I think that's what you mean. If you're looking for a sell, yeah, I'm looking for a sell. Looking for a sell, red needs to be above, green needs to be below. Magenta line always needs to be above the 20. Some people use a 30. Some people use a 30. Some people use a 30. I use a 20. Some people use a 25. Okay. Last one is the MACD. They put the information information up here. You're going to have a 12, 25, and a 1. $12, $25, 1. The colors, the red. I'm doing this for a black screen, and I do white. Let's go black screen, guys. Make sure you have that. Hold on, guys. Be right with you. Right with you. Levels on the Big Mac D, I don't want any level on there. Leave it blank. 12, oh, 26. Why did I do 25? I think they're moving average. It should be 12, 25, and 1. And thank you so much. 12, 25, 1. $12, 25, and 1. And then colors are red and white on a black screen. If it's using the other one, it could be red and white on a black screen. I see people do red and red, it doesn't matter. And no level on there, no level, no level. There was no level for this one. Okay? Then click OK. Looks like this. Now, this is where it gets tricky, and a lot of people get lost on this. A lot of people get lost on that. I'm trying to help you all out here. Okay? A lot of y'all get lost on this. I want you to go over it. You have to have your navigator window open on MetaTrader 4. Navigator window open on MetaTrader 4. Make sure you're getting the MACD under oscillators. There are 2 MACDs on here. The second MACD is down here under examples. You'll see another MACD. Here's examples. Do not use this MACD here. It's not the one. The one you want to use is under oscillators, which is up here. Now you want to click and hold, left click and hold. That'll be the little square underneath the arrow. Bring it down, drop it on top of the MACD. Bring it down and drop it on top of the MACD like so. And then you're going to change these parameters to 15, 15 and 1. Doesn't represent anything. There's no representation on that. Make sure you get that. Repeat what, Matthew? I don't know what you're asking me to repeat. Talk to me. What are you asking me to repeat? What do you need me to repeat? What do you need me to repeat, Matthew? The last MACD part. Oh, which one? The 5 or the 20? Oh, I mean the other one that we're doing. Well, let me finish this out. Both MACDs come from oscillators. So on this one, it's going to be green, And I'll do like a gold line, green and gold. You drag it and drop it on top of this MACD. You drag it and drop it on top of this MACD. The levels, you are going to have a level on here. Let's add a level back. So on the small one, there will be a level. Then click OK. That's how your MACD looks. On the big MACD, going back over it again, the big MACD was 12, 26, and 1. The colors were red and white, and there is no level on that one. Okay? Okay? Make sure everybody has it. All right? Now, how do we use the MACD in correlation with everything that we have? Glad you asked. See my goal line on my MACD? There's a goal line right here on my MACD. There's a goal line right here on my MACD. See this red line, which is the 0 level? Right, the red line on the 0 level is this red line, is the 0 level. And make sure everybody's getting this. Make sure you're getting this. Make sure you're getting this. This is very important. So when you have this goal line crossing up on this MACD right here, look at the goal line crossing this red neutral line right here. So when the goal line crosses up right here, let me get my marker so you can see it. Look at this crossing on the MACD right here. That's a signal that this is going into a buy. The next signal is when the green and magenta are both above the 20 level and the ADX red is below. The third final signal is that momentum is high on this. You have 3 confirming signals. Look at them. The crossing of the MACD, the green is and the magenta is up, the red is down, and you have the up on the money flow. And then right after that, look what you have with confirmation, right? And that's a trade, right? That was giving you a buy signal, right? Giving you a buy signal from here to here, it gave you a buy signal. Does everybody understand that? Right, let's go over this again. Let's find another one because this is below the red line. So I'm going to look for one that's really in congruency with the right thing. All right, here's a sell signal. Let's look for all of our indicators. Sell signal here, right? So what we now want to see is on this sell signal, what we want to see is how our lineups taking place. Do we have a good entry for a sell? Watch this. All right. Volume is above or touching that line. Volume doesn't break till right here. But we do have this and this. There are people who take this trade, right? And they'll take it right there, but it's above the red. what I personally wait for, or I personally like, especially for new people, is I like it being under the red. And this is a safer trade on this arrow. Safer trade on that arrow. On this candle. This is a safer candle than this candle. Any of these candles proceeding. For those of you who are watching me, this candle here is a safer candle. It is under the red line, and you still caught some good pips coming down here. Look what it is, under the aqua line. Is it not? Is it not under the aqua line? Stays under the aqua line, stays under the aqua line till right here. Now, you could have gotten out here based on this level of support if you wanted to. But what I'm showing you is how to make sure you're doing this setup with all things functioning in congruency. I still have this coming down on the MACD. So this first one, there are some who would have taken that trade. Safer people take this trade. You're going to have to decide which trader are you. How do I change the candlestick colors? You go to right click in the middle of your screen, go to properties. If you're on your MacBook, any desktop, go to properties, and then you can change your candles here. My bar up, which is the outside rim of my candle, is spring green. My bar down, which is the outside rim of my candle, is magenta. Medium orchid. My bull candle, the color inside is green. Bear candle color inside is magenta. And that's how you can change that. All right, let's look at this. We're bringing this trade into almost to an end. The chicken feed strategy, the scalp, you use it the same way. You wait for all these to line up. You're not doing anything different for scalping that you would do right here. Guys, it's no different. And what's even better is if you waited, the feet begin to spread. You use it, it's no different. You use everything that I just showed you, and you will be profitable in your trades if you wait for the whole setup. You can use this strategy on all time frames. You can use either the 50 or the 80. You use either one. The way that Carlos teaches it is the 80. If you look at my chart, I don't even have all these lines. If you want to know what my chart looks like this. I don't even have all these lines. This is what my chart looks like. That's all I have on my chart. I use the 50, and I use this. When price is below it, I'm taking it. When price is above, I'm taking it. Wait for my signal. When it's above, I'm taking it. So mine is very simple. But if you trade for a while, you'll get it. Well, yeah, the signal's been quiet right now because when something sets up, you'll get a trade. Right now, nothing's set up, so you're not getting a trade. So hopefully, you're starting to learn how to use this on your own, so you don't need a signal. All right? Can you show us again how to move the strength indicator in the trend bar chart? Okay, so you go to chart indicators list, and let's say you want to move the GG trend bar up into this corner over here. Make sure under corner you select 1, and it moves it up here in this corner with the trend indicator. Make sure you can change it. Just work through the numbers until you find the right one. You do that on all of them. And then you can do that. So the aqua line is a 50. No, the aqua line is not a 50. Make sure you get with someone who's on the call so they can give you that information, right, on what the aqua line is. harmonic scanner for this training. Let's go do the harmonic scanner for this training. Give me 1 second while I pull up the harmonic scanner. I'll show you how I'm using the harmonic scanner. Give me 1 second, and I'll show you how I'm using the harmonic scanner. One second, I'll show you how I'm using the harmonic scanner. Yes, you can add the harmonic scanner on your MetaTrader 4. I have. It's just not on this. I use a harmonic scanner here. I kind of like the harmonic scanner here. Where I'm about to take you now. This is the web harmonic scanner. You can use this one. And maybe I can put you in a couple of trades tonight based on the harmonic scanner. Harmonic scanner is fire. So let me show you how I set up the harmonic scanner. With my chart. You can save your settings with the harmonic scanner. Go over here. Look at this. This is how you download. You can save your charts here. So let's say you have a chart set up, you want to save it. All you got to do is go here, do in the name of what you want, click save, and we'll save that setting. I just learned this. But if I want to keep my chart set up, I'll go here, click on this. Here it is. It's saved. Click on it. And it's going to bring up all my settings that I saved for the harmonic scanner. Click on this cloud, you can save it by the first cloud, which is the up arrow. You bring it back down to the second cloud and add it back to your charts, which is this arrow right here, the white arrow. And you can add that. Okay. So now you can save your settings on the harmonic scanner. Now you don't have to keep going in and out. So let's look at the harmonic scanner now to see a trade that's came out maybe on a 15-minute chart or one of the other charts. Look at the GBP USD on the harmonic scanner. It's already made its move. I wish we could have got that. Okay. Now, when I set up my harmonic scanner, if you notice, I'll have two MAs on here. This one is a 50. There's a 50 moving average here, and I'll show you what it looks like. If you ever want to add this, you go to indicators, and you type in moving average. This is the indicator button here. And you come in moving average. This is the simple moving average. This is the exponential moving average. The simple moving average doesn't have anything beside it. Exponential moving average does. So what I use is a simple moving average, a 50 simple moving average. So you click on that, and then I use a 10 exponential moving average. Right, and I'll show you those in a second. Right, I want y'all to see them. So my 10 looks like this. The inputs is 10, close, just like that. And the style is thick and it's blue. So I use a 10 close, offset 0. And then I'll go to this one. I'm going to set up my 50 simple. My color is going to be green. Move this all the way up. And click OK. Now the MACD, if you notice, the MACD is a little bit different. On the MACD, I'm going to show you how I set up this MACD and then draw them together. Well, no, you guys, there's a video on this. I'll do a complete video. I'll do a complete video on this. Please go watch the video on it. The video is on YouTube, so go watch it. But what I do with my candles is I put my Heikin-Ashi, because I'm running out of time. I'll change it to Heikin-Ashi candles. And the way Heikin-Ashi candles work are very simple, right? Now, what you want to do with these Heikin-Ashi candles is you're looking for, this was the entry point. It really didn't come down to this entry point because the harmonic scanner said it will come here and entry and then go up. But it didn't do that. It didn't do that. Right? It started going up before it came down to this entry point. So let me find one where maybe there's an entry point on there. This one I think I called out earlier. I think I called this one out earlier for you guys. Yes, I did. I called this one out earlier. Wait 1 second. if you notice my things are off tonight, I don't know what's going on. Let me see if it's just me. Okay, here it is here. And I'll show you this on the harmonic scanner. I think you guys are not using the harmonic scanner enough. I think it's a very powerful tool. And this already hit first take profit, but I'll show it to you. So these are Heikin-Ashi candles. Flat bottoms mean momentum. So whenever you have a flat bottom, that means that price is moving in momentum. So it was moving in momentum here, right? When it starts to lose momentum, what happens? You'll have a wick at the bottom of this. Well, you start using harmonic scanner. A good entry point to start looking for is if it's looking for a sale, you want a flat bottom on the top. Because the sale candles will always be flat on the top. They'll always be flat on the top. They'll always be flat on the top. And so it started moving in momentum. But what I'm looking for is to break the blue line, right? And I like it to break the blue line and remain under the blue line, because as long as it remains under the blue line, I'll stay in that trade. Look at the MACD. I want y'all to see this. Here's the MACD right here. Looking for that. My pen tool here. Notice where the MACD crossed right here. You see that? And the ADX. You have the red above, right? Green below. Now, to put this line on here, it's been a little bit, what you have to see is you can put a horizontal line here. On it, you can make it thicker, like so. And then you can go back and you can edit this horizontal line, its coordinates. All you gotta do is right click on it. Look at that, that's still dropping. Right click on it and go to coordinates. And remember the line needs to be 20. You can put it on 20. Click OK, and it'll move it to 20 for you. That'll give you that level. And you see here, it went above the 20, it went below the 20. What do you have on this trade right here? Look at this flat bottom. Do y'all see all these flat bottoms? These flat bottoms mean that this is UCAD, and it's moving in a direction for a continued sale. And I believe it may go all the way down to take profit too. All right? Make sure you go back and watch the harmonic scanner. Appears from our RSI. Because 60-40 doesn't work, and 70-30 doesn't work, and people who are using 70-30 don't know how to trade. That was kind of brash, but it's just somebody needs to start telling the truth. That's why many of y'all are losing on trades, because you listen to people who don't know how to trade. There's no such thing as 70-30. There's no such thing as overbought, oversold. So please stop doing that. And stop letting people tell you that. Because they don't know what they're doing, and you're following them and losing trades. I'm winning. I bet you don't win consistently waiting for a sale with the overbought, oversold concept. Same with the MACD. I don't believe in the 80-20. Guys, with the 60-40, every big trader around the world will tell you that the 60-40 is the measurement that they use to make the decision on whether or not they want to take a trade or not. Okay? They use the 60-40. And I just gave it to you for free. You can't put the chicken feet on the harmonic scanner. It is definitely on the harmonic scanner for the video that I put up. It's the directional movement index. Yeah, it's 10. What just happened to my screen? What just happened? I know that ain't went down like that. What is this? USD CAD? USD CAD? Which one did I get that from? Some just out there. Maybe USD deleted, I don't know. Scans for the harmonic scanner are always readjusted. When I can't find USD it may have left. There'll be scans that stay on the harmonic scanner and then they'll leave. There it is, let's see. Oh, it's not working. It's right there. Try this. check to see if I can get USD CAD. That is. Oh, something wrong with the scan on USD CAD. What that is. I'm not worried about it. What I taught you is make sure you go back and use the harmonic scanner for what we just gave it to you for. This is looking for, something's a little off. Maybe it's my computer. I'm guessing that it's my computer. Look at this one, boy. This is really good. It went up. Hit this area. My harmonic scanner is off. But look at these bearish candles that have momentum in it. Look at that. Right? We have a bullish move up. A bullish move up. And then what do you have? Indecision and the decision made. And as long as, look, this is your entry candle. And you stayed in that trade all the way down. As long as those candles stay flat on the top and they flat on the bottom, you stayed in that trade. Beautiful, guys. Not as difficult as it may seem. Pretty good. Does that make sense? I want to thank y'all for this training tonight, guys, and I'm hoping your leaders are taking good, copious notes so they can go back and teach the rest of the team. I want everybody to get this. Good notes tonight. I want y'all taking good notes tonight. Any questions? I should have helped you be able to take your trade to the next level. No, there are no trades in push 1,000 today. No trades in push 1,000 today. You do it one take profit at a time. You don't set up take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3, take profit 4. You do it one take profit at a time. So take profit 1 and then you put a trailing stop on it. There are different ways you can do that. I'm going to actually do a training this week on how to take a signal. I'm excited about getting this going. All right, guys, thank y'all so much for being on the training tonight. Appreciate y'all so much.